It was a seemingly ordinary Monday, April 28th, 2025, when the unexpected struck. At precisely 11:33 a.m. local time, the Iberian Peninsula was abruptly plunged into darkness. A massive power outage, unprecedented in recent history, had gripped Spain and Portugal. The outage, affecting an estimated 60 million people, brought daily life to a standstill. Homes and businesses went dark, traffic lights blinked out, and transportation networks ground to a halt. Confusion and apprehension rippled through the affected regions as citizens grappled with the sudden loss of electricity. The blackout's impact was immediate and far-reaching. Transportation systems, heavily reliant on electricity, were among the hardest hit. Across Spain, all rail traffic came to an abrupt halt, stranding countless commuters and travelers. Airports reported widespread disruptions, with flight schedules thrown into disarray. The outage's ripple effects extended far beyond transportation. Traffic lights went dark, creating chaos in major cities. Supermarkets were inundated with residents stocking up on essentials like candles, batteries, and non-perishable food. The Madrid Open, a major tennis tournament, was suspended mid-match, highlighting the widespread disruption. While the outage's epicenter was undoubtedly the Iberian Peninsula, its effects extended beyond Spain and Portugal. Parts of southwest France experienced a brief dip in power supply, demonstrating the interconnected nature of European energy grids. This brief fluctuation, though less severe than the total blackout experienced in Spain and Portugal, served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of interconnected power systems. It underscored the need for robust contingency plans and regional cooperation to mitigate the impact of such events. As darkness descended, technicians and engineers across Spain and Portugal raced against time to restore power. Red Electrica, the Spanish power grid operator, worked tirelessly to identify the root cause of the outage and implement solutions. Initial estimates suggested a restoration timeframe of 6 to 10 hours, a daunting prospect for millions facing a night without electricity. By late afternoon, there were glimmers of hope. Partial power had been restored in several Spanish regions, including Catalonia, Aragon, the Basque Country and Andalusia, and in parts of Portugal. The gradual return of electricity brought a collective sigh of relief, but the scale of the outage meant that full restoration would be a long and arduous process. Section 5, Searching for Answers. The investigation into the outage. As power was slowly restored, the search for the cause of the unprecedented outage intensified. Speculation ran rampant, with theories ranging from equipment failure to natural disasters. Some pointed fingers at a recent fire at a French power station, while others whispered about the possibility of a coordinated cyber attack. However, both the French and Spanish governments were quick to dismiss these theories. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, in an address to the nation, urged citizens to remain calm and avoid spreading misinformation. He stressed that a thorough investigation was underway, with no conclusive evidence pointing to any specific cause. In the face of widespread disruption, both the Spanish and Portuguese governments acted swiftly to manage the crisis and maintain order. Emergency services were placed on high alert, ready to respond to any incidents arising from the blackout. Public announcements urged citizens to stay calm and cooperate with authorities. Specific recommendations were issued to minimize the impact of the outage. People were advised to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary, allowing emergency vehicles to navigate freely. Contacting emergency services was to be reserved for genuine emergencies only, preventing the system from being overwhelmed. While the blackout undoubtedly caused significant disruption, there was a silver lining. Critical infrastructure, such as hospitals and nuclear power plants, had robust backup systems in place, ensuring their continued operation. Spanish nuclear sites, for instance, automatically shut down as a safety precaution, with diesel generators seamlessly kicking in to maintain essential functions. Hospitals, too, were well prepared, with backup generators providing power for critical medical equipment and lighting. These backup systems, often the result of years of planning and investment, proved their worth, demonstrating the importance of prioritizing resilience in vital sectors. As investigations into the blackout continued, one particular concern loomed large in the minds of many. Could this be the work of cyber terrorists? The increasing digitalization of critical infrastructure had made such a scenario a growing concern for governments worldwide, however. Both national and international authorities were quick to dismiss the possibility of a cyber attack. The President of the European Council, in a statement released shortly after the outage, stated that there was no indication of any malicious activity. This sentiment was echoed by Portuguese authorities, who found no evidence to support the cyber attack theory. And the April 28th blackout served as a stark reminder of our deep reliance on electricity and the potential consequences of its sudden absence. It underscored the importance of energy security not just for individual nations, but for the interconnected world we live in. As the investigation continues, one thing is clear. This event will have lasting implications. It will likely prompt a re-evaluation of existing infrastructure, safety protocols, and emergency response mechanisms. Furthermore, it highlights the need for continued investment in renewable energy sources and smart grids, paving the way for a more resilient and sustainable energy future.